Alright, in this video I'm going to be making a Bedwars kit tier list. So let's start. Airy I've never used before. Alchemist I don't think I've used before. Archer Archer is really good if you're good with a bow, and I like it, but I used it when it was free, so I'm gonna put in good. Ares I've never used. Axolotl Amy I'll put in bad because I think I used it once and I don't think it was too good. It just gave a health shield. Baker is, I'll put in decent because the pie makes you go fast. Barbarian, I personally don't like Barbarian because I always get stuck with a wooden sword, but to people who are good with PvP, I'll put in good. I've never used. I used this once, I think. I'll put it in bad because I'll put it in decent because you get loot, but you have to hunt for a specific player, and if you're in a game with a lot of players, it'll be hard to get. Builder, I'll put in decent because there's not really a point of fortifying blocks unless you like defending your bed. Cobalt, never use. Conqueror, I'll put that in bad because the flags, they just don't last a long time. If they're permanent, I put it in good. Crackle, never used. Cyber, I'll put it in amazing just because it's really annoying for other people. Like, you just go to diamonds and then it just gets stolen. Down Tamer Dom, terrible. I used it once when it was free and it literally does nothing except you can run. Elder Tree, I'm putting this in easy win because me and my friends, we use Elder Tree a lot, but most people, they'd probably put it in good or something, but I'm biased and it's one of the kits I have, so I'm putting an easy win. Never used. Evelyn, never used. Okay, Farmer Cletus is, I'll put in good because if you just get a few emeralds, get a plant, then you get emeralds for the entire game. Fisherman, I'll put it in bad because you need really good luck for good loot, otherwise you're not getting good loot. Freya, I'll put it, my friend has it, but I've never used it, but I'll put it in decent. Frosty, I've never used. Okay, everyone will disagree with this, but Gingerbread Man, I'm putting in, do I put this in amazing or easy win? Okay, I'll put it in easy win because when I was in free, okay, this is actually a really good kit. You get a gumdrop and no one can hit you and you get extra health. I used it like when it was free. Me and my friends, like, we just won like every game with it. Gompy, never used. Actually, I have. Wait, is this the one where launches ghosts? I'll put in terrible. Reaper is good. This was one of the first kits I had. Like a lot of people. I'll put in good because you can't break any blocks, so you can't really break beds after you collect the soul if you're rushing. Hannah, never used. Infernal Shielder, I never used it when I got buffed, so I'm just gonna put in never used. Jack, I don't know what that does, never used. Jade, alright, Jade, I'll put in decent. It was one of the OG kits, and you just swing your hammer and you get launched. Kalaya, I've never used. Lonnie, okay, terrible. Like, it literally does nothing. Lassie, I'll put it in decent because you can swing your rope at people and they get stuck. Lucia, I'll put in decent because if you get a lot of kills, a lot of candy with damage, then you can get pretty good loot. Lumen, never use. Melody, I'm putting it bad. Like, a lot of people, they try to like heal their teammate while they're attacking, but it doesn't heal that fast. Merchant Marco, never used. Metal Detector, I'll put that in decent because I've used it before. You gotta find it, and most of the time it's at mid and you're just gonna die, but it gives pretty good loot. Miner, never used, but a lot of people use it, and it's really annoying because they kill you and they get your loot. Nyx, never used. Paradavy, terrible. You launch yourself for TNT, but there's no point of that because they can just, if you launch TNT, you can just run. Pyro, never used. Raven, never used. Santa, absolutely terrible. It just launches gifts, but they don't even have that much range. Sheep herder. Bad or terrible? I'll put it in bad. I've used it, like, I have it. I used it once and I never used it again because based on my experience, sheep herder, sheep rarely spawn. They don't even spawn. They just spawn at the beginning of the game. And yeah, smoke, never used. Spirit catcher, never used. Spirit collector, never used. Trapper, never used. Trinity is, I'll put it in decent or good. I'll put it in decent. I used it once. And it was okay, I guess. Vanessa, never used. Void Regent, never used. Vulcan, okay, my friend has Vulcan. Vulcan is absolutely terrible. Like, you have to go into the drone for it to work. Warrior, never used. Whim, okay, I've never used, but it's really annoying. I know it's really annoying, so I'm gonna put in decent. Wizard, never used. Zerot, never used. Yeti, okay, just makes blocks break fast. It's terrible. Uzi is, I'll put it in good because it's good for running and juking. And Frosty I've never used, and Zephyr I've never used. Alright, that is my tier list. This is missing some kits, I think, like Zenith. I'm not sure if it's missing any other kits, but this is my kit. Tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree, and that's it for this video.